Once upon a time, over 400 years ago, in a faraway land across the ocean, there were people called the Pilgrims. They lived in a place called England, but they didn't feel free to practice their own religion, so they decided to leave everything they knew behind and travel to a new land to find a place where they could worship as they wished. In 1620, the Pilgrims sailed on a big ship called the Mayflower. It was a long and difficult journey, and the ship tossed and turned on the rough sea for many weeks. But finally, after much waiting, they arrived in a new place called Plymouth, which was in the land we now call the United States. When the Pilgrims stepped onto the new land, they were excited, but also a little scared. They didn't know how to grow food or build homes in this strange place. It was cold, and winter was coming fast. They had to work quickly to survive. As the Pilgrims struggled to make it through that first winter, something amazing happened. They met the Wampanoag, a group of Native Americans who had lived on this land for thousands of years. The Wampanoag people were kind and decided to help the Pilgrims. They taught the Pilgrims how to plant corn, catch fish, and gather food from the land. One of the most important lessons was about growing corn. The Wampanoag showed the Pilgrims how to plant the corn with fish buried beneath it to help it grow. This made the Pilgrims' food last longer, and they began to grow stronger. As the summer passed, the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag became good friends. They worked together and shared stories, games, and laughter. By the time the fall came around, the Pilgrims had gathered a big harvest of food. There was corn, turkey, fish, squash, beans, and many other delicious things. The Pilgrims wanted to thank the Wampanoag for all their help, so they decided to have a big feast. They invited their new friends to join them, and together, they celebrated all the things they were thankful for: their friendship, their good harvest, and the help they received from one another. And that was the first Thanksgiving. They didn't have pumpkin pie or cranberry sauce like we do today, but they had plenty of food to enjoy. They ate, laughed, played games, and talked late into the night. It was a time to give thanks for all the good things they had, and it was the beginning of a tradition that we still celebrate today. Every year, people across the world gather with their friends and family to share a meal, to give thanks, and to remember the spirit of friendship and kindness that started that very first Thanksgiving. So, on Thanksgiving, remember the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag, and remember to be grateful for the friends and family around you, just like they were. And that's how Thanksgiving became a holiday that brings us all together.